Hi, hello, and welcome back to another Hypixel Skyblock video. My name is ohSauce, and today we are going to be talking about yet another ridiculous way to make money in Hypixel Skyblock. All you have to know is how to do the thing that I'm going to teach you to do in this video. So by the end of this video, well, you're going to have the knowledge to make millions of coins without really doing anything. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about update investing. And update investing is investing before an update in order to catch an increase of value of an item or decrease when the update drops, because updates tend to change the market. I talk more about exactly what and how and why in part 1 of this guide, and there's also part 2 and 3 explaining a couple more things about investing, and part 2 has money making methods. So the playlist will be in the card in the top right and also in the description if you want to go check those out. But to put it shortly, you have supply and you have demand for items. For most items in the bazaar, as you can see here, the price is low, and they have been very slowly getting lower, most of them, since the bazaar dropped and the bazaar update dropped. So here we are on stonks.gg, and if we were to look at anything that hasn't had an update for it, let's just look at bone, for example. Now, bone over the last everything. So, as you can see, it started out pretty high, and then there was something here, right? This might have been Pets V2. That's probably what it was. And then, as you can see, it slowly gets lower and lower and lower. Now, 5.1 compared to 13.7 when it started. So in general, unless there's an update, the price drops dramatically. To look at another thing, just run flesh over the all. We can see that even though it's just a very flat line, it started off at like 20 per run flesh. There was a jump here, I don't know why. And then it went back down to like 4, which is way less. And there's a similar trend for everything. Diamond, same. Starts at 1,338, down to 1,291. And this is pretty much due to minions, because minions generate stuff, and the more supply there is, the more the price goes down, because there isn't really a change in demand unless there's an update. And that's where update flipping comes in. Every once in a while, you have an update that requires some of a currently existing item to craft, having the prices soar. To give an excellent example, let's look at enchanted gold. For this part of the enchanted gold thing, we're going to be talking about the mythology event. This, I don't know what this was. This looks like around the release of floor 4, so I just don't really know what's happening here. But as you can see, it started out pretty high, 3,000 per, got lower and lower and lower, and then it was at 1,000 lower than when it started. Then, as you can see, the price like tripled basically. And this was because of the mythology event. It went up really high, and then it went back down. However, it went back down even lower, and then the second time the mythology event happened, it went up, and back down again. The third time it happened, went up, and back down again. And that's because when the mythology update dropped, everybody saw the Daedalus axe and pretty much everything else from this event needing gold, and then the demand for gold, because people want the Griffin, people want the Beastmaster crest, people want the stuff from this event. In order to get that, you need gold. So the demand for gold rose drastically, and the reason why an update is better than just an event is because the update only happens once, so people aren't really expecting what things happening, and only the clairvoyant people, such as myself sometimes, get the stonks, because nobody else knows what to invest in. How do you get it just right so you do become clairvoyant in terms of Skyblock investing? And there are a couple of ways, and I am here to show you. So the first way is with Cowshed. Now what Cowshed is, it's a Discord that has a bot on it called Moonitor. Now, what Moon Editor does is it tracks every single little update that drops and all the different collections when they get updated and skills when they get updated. And the reason why this is helpful is because usually the admins create ghost items and before you can actually get them. So, like, for example, the Plasma Flux Power Orb. It was a ghost item because you couldn't get it yet, but it was there. So people knew that there was gonna be a Plasma Flux in the Dark Auction because the Plasma Flux Power Orb was a thing. Investing, boom, boom, stunks. And this is the big one. Almost everything else I'm gonna talk about in terms of where to get your information from, it also goes from Cowshed. So I would 100% recommend joining this Discord. It will be in the description if you want to join it. So, here I am on a Twitter, and we are on Jay of Armin's Twitter. You can see that they post leaks sometimes of some things like the vault and all that stuff, and there's also that tiny wither dude. Although this fight was leaked at, they kind of changed it a little bit. You can see they still have the coal mine, but they kind of changed it so F7 was the final boss, but you can see the coal mine is in the distance there. And this happened way before they actually released it, September 15th. Also, they leaked the Essence Shop for reforging, ultimate enchants, recombobulators, dungeons teasers, just like tons of things. And this is just Jay of Armin. Let's look up Minicloon. At Minicloon, so we can see that he also does lots of things. So there's like the wheat hose, cakes, mythological event, Daedalus axe. This is a big one. I actually made tons of money off of this one. I saw it was a gold axe, and I invested into gold, and lo and behold, the gold craze happened, and free 50 mil. There's also a couple of other stuff. And then there's also Doctor, and look, Doctor has this shimmer from the new, what's it called, the superior skin. So that's what it looks like. They also have the Megalodon pet, dungeons, wardrobe, pets v2. They also have a lot of stuff. So as you can see, the admins' Twitters are a great place to look for leaks as well, although a lot of them get posted on Cowshed, so Cowshed's just really good. And then 3, there's stuff like random admin leaks. Now, what's an example of a random admin leak? Well, one time, Minicloon just decides to get a guy to follow him, and they kind of go inside here, the dungeon that's not actually a dungeon, you know, like the building over here. I'm trying to get over to it. This thing? Yeah, he just like broke inside and then just went inside one day. That's the example of a random admin leak. It doesn't really happen too often, but who knows, it could happen to you. Also stuff like Minicloon slaughtering people with Titan armor and Sword of the Stars. Yeah. But those are definitely less likely to happen, and you're better off sticking with the first 2 for knowing what's happening and coming to Skyblock. And like I said earlier, once you know the information, you need to analyze it and get the right thing. So, lots of people saw the Jay of Armin Daedalus axe leak. But who actually took action from it and thought that, what do you know, a gold axe needs gold? Surprisingly, not very many people, although it would seem obvious, because I made a lot of money from it. Another really big thing is community projects, because if we were to go here and look at these community projects, we can see that they require things. The admins tend to choose things that have no demand whatsoever and are below the NPC sell price so you can stop inflation. It's a really good idea. But you can kind of abuse that and figure out what they're going to use. They, for some reason, keep on choosing melon. They've done it in all 3 out of 4. The Bartender's Brewery does not need melon. Oh, wait, it does. Everything needs melon. Each one of them has used melon. So, you might want to buy some melon or something. However, those are very quick investments, and you gotta be ready as soon as the community update drops, or community project drops to sell your stuff, because it's gonna go down right afterward. And yeah, if this video helped you in any way, please consider subscribing and or liking the video. With that out of the way, I have nothing more to say. See ya!